kick some ass.
Let's get our fucking shit together and kick some fucking ass!
I'm the man in a box. Buried in my pit. Won't you come and save me? Save me. Fade my eyes. Jesus Christ. Hey, who cries? Oh, feed my eyes, and now you saw them shut.
And that was some weird guy off of YouTube covering Man in the Box by Alice in Chains. The reason why we picked that song is because Jesse wrestled 2 House of Hardcore shows this weekend, and I witnessed one of the greatest moments I've ever had in wrestling at one of those shows.
We just did, we had a good weekend. Andy was with me Friday and Saturday for House of Hardcore in Nappanee, Ontario, and Massena, New York. And we got to hang with Dreamer a bunch. Billy Gunn was there, a whole bunch.
Did a few interviews, so you can take that for what it is.
Yeah, we got some.
None of those interviews will be on this show.
No, we got some good interviews coming up here in the future. We're gonna use those for while you're on a warped.
Yeah.
While you're getting warped all summer.
Yeah.
Let's.
Well, you're listening to.
Yeah.
Kickin Ass with
Jesse
and Andy.
Brought to you by American Barbell Club. American Barbell Club takes great care of us. They'll take great
amazing
care of you.
Care.
Yeah.
They just sent Nate, a.k.a. Brody King, like 150 ski masks.
Oh,
that he can
really?
Sell. Yeah, his the ski mask that he wears to the ring.
Yeah.
Like an actual Brody King ski mask. So you can go buy a awesome Brody King ski mask.
I saw something in the group text about that, but I was skimming through.
Yeah.
And that's awesome because I've been it reminds me. I've talked about it here before. It reminds me of when lead singer of Integrity, Dwight, when he was to come out with a ski mask on, and Brody coming out with a ski mask on just pumps me up. Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It's amazing. I did just buy you a mask too.
What do you mean?
It's going to be here in a few days. An entrance mask to walk down to the ring in.
Do I get to know what it looks like, or should I wait?
This is the Blade. It's the Blade character, man.
Okay.
You gotta give it to me.
All right,
on this one,
I'll give it to you.
You're gonna look fucking. There's gonna look like the scariest dude in wrestling.
I'm pumped.
Just for the entrance, but it's for Butcher and Blade. I don't want none of that Pepper Park shit.
Yeah. That makes.
You keep your baby faces stuff over there, man.
Yeah.
So
also,
that's
also brought to you by Cured.
Yeah, Cured.
Cured has been the jam.
Cured CBD is unfucking real, man.
Yeah, I literally took it before I got here.
Yeah.
It's been helping me with pain management, anxiety, the whole shebang. It's all it's cured the spice. I'm completely addicted to the spices. I feel bad. I'm bugging you and Hannah for them constantly. Yeah. They're so good.
Hannah's like your spice dealer
pretty
at this point.
It's so good.
That was another thing about this weekend too. Is my girlfriend Hannah came with us.
Can we slide that window open? Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Hannah, my girlfriend, came with us for her, it was her birthday on the 1st and yours on the 3rd.
I texted her yesterday, and I was like, I know you and Andy, don't get to see each other much. It was her birthday. That was super nice of her to be like, oh, sure, I'll drive 4 hours a day to a wrestling show for 3 days. And
and it was her birthday weekend, and we were planning on doing something, and she was like, let's just go with Jesse that weekend.
That was
Okay.
I was blown away when you said she was cool about it.
Yeah. She's cool about everything. It's unreal, man.
Yeah, we had a really fun weekend.
Yeah, it was really cool. And it was cool to see, like, I got to, like, hang with someone that just doesn't get to see that side of wrestling.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And, like, she was just, like, I mean, mouth agape a few times.
Yeah. Like, I know the story you're going to go towards, but, like, my favorite was, like, I mean, it was, like, the first thing within, like, the first 10 seconds we got there was, you guys dropped me off at the building on Friday. You were going to run to the Airbnb because I had to be there early. So you guys dropped me off the building. You were going to run to the Airbnb and then come back around showtime. And Hannah was like, I got to run in there with you and use the bathroom. And I was like, all right, cool. As soon as we stepped through the doors, me thinking about wrestling, I was like, me walking in with this girl right now does not look good at all.
Yeah,
and then we say, of course, we walk in, we see Tommy Dreamer within the first 5 seconds. Just like, hey, Tommy, how are you? Hey, this is Hannah. Da-da-da. She goes use the bathroom. We get settled in. You guys take off. Like 5 minutes later, Dreamer's like, who was that with you? And I was like, oh, my buddy Andy came with me. You met him before. That's this girl Hannah. And Dreamer's like, oh, I thought you got divorced already. And it's like, no, man.
Like immediately just go straight to this negativity.
Yeah, like just some girl you have on the road or something.
Yeah,
and
as it happens. Yeah,
yeah. And then when you guys came back, or no, I think it was even in the 2 minutes that Hannah was in the building, I was like, when I was walking her out, I was like, hey, I forgot to tell you, by the way, like handshakes are like a big thing in wrestling. Everybody's going to shake your hand. Yeah. And she just kind of blew it off. She's like, oh, okay. And then like the next time I saw her when you guys came back, she was like, oh, you weren't kidding. I've like shaked like everybody's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like, she got in the car and she's like, man, I shook everybody's hand. So, yeah. Welcome to wrestling.
I always say at the Christmas show last year when we were setting up like the night before.
Yeah.
Like we were on the other side, like the restaurant, and I could see like the stage side. And just off in a distance, I could just see like people on stage, and then I could see like a whole bunch of like handshakes. And I was like, oh, the wrestlers just showed up. And then you look at all the ESW guys that just showed up just to set up the ring. And you could see like double takes of like handshakes, like, oh yeah, hey man, what's up? Like I don't know, just crew guys and stuff. Yeah.
Maybe this guy's in the band. No, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But I did also want to drop, if you would like to advertise here on the Kickin Ass podcast, email us at kickinasspodcast@gmail.com. No G in kickin', just KICKIN.
That's it.
Ass podcast @gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was big thanks to Robbie E.
Yeah.
But
yeah, rate and subscribe. We'll do all that stuff. Let's whore ourselves.
Yeah, rate and subscribe us. It helps us a lot, guys. Rate and subscribe on iTunes. That helps us and goes a long way. Ever since we talked about I'm going to screw it up, Patreon?
Yeah, Patreon. People have been...
We've got like really good response. So at this point, that on the Instagram is just on us. We got to get on that shit.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing. I have 1 week left. So like this week, we have I have a full plate, basically, ahead of me
of good shit.
Like I start rehearsing next week too, so like it's gonna be like my time is gonna be shot. This Friday, Puff and I are filming a little like short Puff like promo because he's wrestling Joey Ryan at the end of the month.
That was my next question. I didn't I purposely didn't ask you guys about it yet because I wanted to ask you about it here. Puff is here with us, by the way.
Hello, Puff is here.
So tell me about Friday. We're gonna go to
Pop Rock.
Colin Delaney, Captain Nick Ando, a bunch of good brothers up in Rochester opened up a pop culture coffee shop / video game, all kinds of stuff store. So we're gonna go there on Friday.
Yeah, we're gonna go there Friday. Basically, we're gonna record a promo that entails Puff's training of getting dick flipped by Joey.
Yeah, avoiding being dick flipped.
Well, yeah, you got to train for it.
I got to train
right now. You're getting flipped.
I mean,
you're getting trained for it. Yeah,
he's training not to get flipped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a professional athlete that travels the world. His signature move is to flip people with dick. I fell victim of it.
I know. I
didn't want to, but I know ways.
So you're kind of like Apollo, like training Rocky.
Yeah. I've been
basically there. What this is.
I felt the power.
Yeah. Now you gotta teach Puff.
Basically Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
And Andy Williams basically Apollo Creed.
Yeah. June 30th, Empire State Wrestling in Buffalo, New York. You're going to wrestle Joey Ryan. Mm-hmm. And we got to train you to not get flipped
Yeah.
by his
By his
cock.
dick.
You're an unflippable man.
I have to be unflippable. I have to be
Yes.
too big to flip. That's what I.
Yeah.
But we're
Hashtag too big to flip.
gonna use Colin in the video too.
We're gonna use Colin.
Okay.
We're gonna use
Big
Dick
Cat.
Justice.
Oh yeah.
And then local sensation
Big
Big
Cat.
Cat.
Yeah.
is gonna be in
Big
it.
Cat Scott. He's a good guy.
I'm
Yeah.
giving away the video right now.
I'm not giving anything away.
I don't know.
That's who we're training with.
Is that,
You
Well,
gotta
it's not
go with
really
the
much of a
biggest. We're talking
giveaway.
about the biggest dicks here, brother.
I did want to get details, but now that I think about it, we can't give away the whole video.
I don't want to
Yeah,
get.
we're not going to give away, but I'm looking.
this way,
My thing is this: I've grabbed a lot of dicks. I've touched a lot of dicks in my time.
Yeah.
The only dicks I haven't grabbed are Dick Justice, Big Cat,
Yeah.
Lakeem,
Okay.
and Mikey Every Night.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to train
Where did
you.
Lakeem come from?
He's
He's strong as hell, dude.
Oh,
You
okay.
ever see that guy?
You think he's using just his muscles to lift
Yeah.
all those weights?
Yeah. He's
There's
got
a
a
reason he's
snake
lifting
in those pants,
Yeah.
brother.
For sure.
Gotcha.
The old test snake. Just testosterone-filled snake.
Yeah. Dick Justice too. He just did a strongman competition.
Yeah.
There's
So
no
we got
way it's just muscle.
and his name is Dick.
His name is Dick.
Yeah,
For
so
a reason.
he's got that going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, Dick has
Dick-
been flipped by Joey's dick as
Yeah.
well in
Yeah.
Excite Wrestling, so he can also participate in helping you not get flipped.
That's what I'm saying. We
So I'm
got
looking
I got
for
a training.
guidance.
I got a training. I got training stuff.
You got a montage?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. And I mean, I did want to parlay this into. I think this is a great idea, and then I think we should also after this then concentrate on I think Puff PCO videos would be awesome too,
Yeah.
because PCO is working ESW in November.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Oh, I had no. I had
you didn't
no
know
idea.
that? I thought you knew that.
What?
It's breaking the goddamn internet.
Oh yeah.
What?
We're not supposed to even announce that yet.
Well, ESW hasn't
Son of a
yet, but yeah, I think it would be something cool to fucking, you know.
100%. I want PCO.
Yeah.
I was calling him out.
It's not like this is
Oh,
bad.
you're gonna
it's
look
not like-
past Joey Ryan?
It's not like this is
No.
bad publicity.
I got to take over.
He's
I gotta-
looking. He's looking past Joey Ryan right now. Joey Ryan,
saying,
if you're
I
listening to
want
this, which
any
you're
of
probably not,
Fair enough.
Puff is looking past you, man. I say you flip him.
Here's something I wanted to do too.
Oh, it's been a while since we cracked the
Well,
bang.
that's also an energy drink that I'm not going to use the name of anymore.
Yeah.
Kayfabe, man. Been kayfabe long enough.
I just said it.
What's his name?
Oh, you did?
I just
What's
said
that
the name.
asshole's name?
Oh.
He
You
looks like
cracked
one
it.
of my pictures.
It was while you were gone. We got a sweet functional workout in outside, and then me and Puff went to Momo's. And I won't use names, but Puff went on Brother's Instagram that fabed us, and I think the guy had 55 pictures.
I like 20 of them.
Puff
like all of them.
55. Of them.
Yeah, he liked all of them. I like 20 of them.
I threw some comments
I
on there.
I think Danny went into. I went on one of his fishing pictures, and I put "Great catch, bro." And you commented on one of his guns pictures.
Like, sick guns, bro. He just had a bunch of pictures of guns. Fuck. That dude just liked one of my pictures, by the way, too.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad that it came around in a positive way.
Yeah, it's an energy drink that rhymes with tang.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think more about the House of Hardcore weekend.
Let's talk about Puff. You had Barry wrestling. Let's talk about
I did.
Barry wrestling for a
I
second.
wrestled in Barrie, Ontario at Barrie Wrestling
Yeah.
this past weekend.
And you got the
You're
shit
tag-
kicked out of you by your friends.
Yeah. So
And then,
I wrestled-
and then your tag partner turned on you
my
too, right?
tag partner turned on me. I was tagging with Jim Nye the Science Guy, and I put a lab coat on and everything.
Jim
I was-
Lai, the
Yeah,
scientific guy?
More like Jim Lie, because
Yeah.
he lied to me. He lied to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was Return of the Puff to Barrie Wrestling. Jim Nye lied to me. We were trying to do some funky forensics. I was Professor Puff, and we wrestled Daniel Garcia and Kevin Blackwood. And unfortunately, there was a mishap in the ring, which led to me getting thrown out of the ring. They attacked Jim. They beat him. We lost. And then I was trying to help him up. He wasn't having it. He didn't want my help. And then I was like, all right, to hell with you. I go to leave the ring. He kicked the rope right into my testicles.
Yeah.
And I went down. And then he just started beating me up.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
My favorite story of the tag match was I heard Blackwood gave you that the
Vampiro
Vampiro spin kick off the second rope, jump off the second spinning wheel kick and just blasted you right in the face.
Yeah, here's the thing. he kept. They always say to put your hands up. I don't do that.
That's when
I
Danny
like to risk it for the
when
biscuit.
Danny told me that, I was like, did Puff do that thing where he just keeps his hands at his sides and got blasted in the face? He was like, yeah, pretty much.
It didn't. Nothing really hurt. It
Yeah.
didn't really hurt. I mean, they were hitting me.
So you're saying Blackwood's a bitch?
Blackwood is a bitch, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's
He kicked you right in the face.
Kicked me in the face.
Nothing
and-
happened.
the rule, Puff. It's even in Mick Foley's book. Is like you want to protect your nose and your teeth.
Yeah.
So at least turn your head. like don't just
I don't want to
let
give
someone.
away the business, but
Don't,
I did.
Don't get okay.
I
Good.
looked away. There's pictures
Of the kick.
of the kick.
I've seen
yeah.
the other ones where they're like double kicking you.
Oh no, here, I'll look it up. But continue
Yeah, they
talking.
can all see it at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and then Jesse wrestled.
A Dreamer on Friday.
Yeah, you wrestled Dreamer on Friday.
in the main event.
A good old ass whooper there. You guys had like a little hardcore match.
Yeah, fun, like a fun little around the building hardcore match, like into the hockey boards, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And then what was it? The crowd was chanting for tables. That didn't exactly happen.
No.
But he gave me a RKO, which he said is not out of nowhere and very slow.
Dude, the day after though, he threw one in that match. The day after that was like out of nowhere and very fast.
Yeah, that's and then player Uno from Smash Brothers said he just worked him recently too, and he was like, oh, he was like really quick when he blasted me.
Yeah.
That's part of Dreamer stuff. He does them all the time. And that when I worked Saturday, then I worked Willie Mack, who is the House of Hardcore champion right now, and I see why. Dude, he's like so good.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Dude, it was like I've known Willie a long time, and that's the first time we actually wrestled, and that was one of those. Like when we got done, it was just like, the first thing I said to him, I was like, "Holy shit, Willie, you are like really fucking good."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, thanks, man. It's just
Yeah.
like, fuck, man, like, shit. Like, I mean, I've seen him work a bunch, and like,
Yeah.
in person, we've been on shows and stuff. But like, dude, he is like,
Yeah.
he
throws one of the best frog splashes.
Frog Splash was insane. Like all of his offense is like so tight and just
Yeah.
I think the big thing that separates him too is just he has that like. Which, when you meet him in person, he comes off as kind of like a strange guy at first.
Yeah.
He just has like a natural charisma. Like as soon as he came through the curtain, like people,
Yeah.
and the stuff that he does in between moves, he just has like a natural personality.
It's great.
Dude, he's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to get to like your greatest moment you've ever seen?
Well, I
in
just want to
wrestling?
get to moments.
Yeah, there
like-
were definitely moments.
Nappanee was like run like all the security was like a biker gang,
Okay, yeah.
and like every
Oh,
time,
those dudes were all security guards?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't pick up on
and
that.
when I remember like we got there and then like I didn't know where to sit. Like it's like an open like old hockey arena in Nappanee, and like the bleachers were open, and I couldn't figure out how to get to the ground, like the floor, because there was like a wall separating where you guys came out
Yeah.
and then where like the bathrooms were.
Yeah.
So I tried to walk this one day, and the guy's like, "Can't go that way, bro." And I was like, "Okay, well, I need to go. How do I go to the bathroom?" He's like, "That way." I'm like, "You want me to go through the entrance?"
Yeah, I'm going to walk through the curtain.
And he
Are
was
you going
like,
to play my theme music too? Like,
"Yeah."
what the fuck?
But I was like, "Okay." So I have to like weirdly go down there, and then there was a guy standing there in flip flops, security dude. As you would, I'm trying to secure this area. I'll wear flip flops. Very cool. That's how you should get knocked out by a drunk person. So yeah, like I just went and took a piss or whatever, but that guy kept like following me around, the flip flop guy, and when I left that night, he like kind of gave me a sea bass, like bro lock handshake, brought me in and was like, "Whenever you're in Nappanee, brother, we'll take care of you, man. You come find us."
Yes.
Okay, man. So it was a very strange vibe. I was hoping for hot dogs. They had pizza there.
No, yeah.
There was like a weird barber
Pretty lame pizza.
like sponsor in the corner.
That's where the after party thing was.
It was weird.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Nappanee's weird.
Yeah. That was.
Nappanee's a weird city.
You'll hear more about it when we release like the interview. We interviewed MJF, Robbie E, and RJ City.
Yeah.
So we'll release those separately. But where was I going with that? Oh, the after party. Yeah, there was like a barber shop. It was like a barber shop, but they were serving beer.
Yeah.
And it was just like one of those like new like hipster like kind of, and then
in Nappanee.
Yeah, so that's where the after party was. I didn't pick up on all the bikers there.
Yeah.
And then they were like Andy was just talking about how he got like slapped up and pulled in. We stayed till close, which was like 1 a.m. and then we're leaving. And this one dude with a outlaw vest on had come around and said goodbye to us like 3 times. And then as I'm leaving, I saw him again, and he slaps me up and he pulls me in. He was like, "Hey, y'all want to come to our clubhouse?" And I was like, "No, not at all." Like, nope.
Great, I'm great.
Yeah, our hotel is 2 minutes away. I'm ready to go to bed now. And then, long story short, was me and RJ City, like old men, went home and went to bed, and then found out the next day, like a lot of people went to the clubhouse, and it was very weird.
At like 3 in the morning.
I mean, dude, like we got back, like they definitely went at like 3 in the morning and just hung out at the bikers club.
That's a puff move.
That's a puff move. I would have gone to the clubhouse for sure.
Yeah,
I get it, man. I
You're
totally
young.
get it.
I used to be real into Sons of Anarchy, so I would have.
Yeah, you just kept bring up the TV show.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hey, you guys know Jax Teller? Yeah.
I'm sure that no one's ever talked to them about Sons of Anarchy before.
Yeah.
This is like Sons of Anarchy, right?
Yo, huge fan, man.
Yo,
you guys got like a Ron Perlman character here.
Yeah, Gemma Teller.
Yeah, who's your Ron Perlman here?
Hey, you guys got a Chuck Zito?
I noticed all the swastikas on the wall, which really happened. Like, how does this work out?
Are these the Chinese ones? This means peace, right? Damn.
Good stuff, man.
Whose initials are SS? I see those a lot, man.
Is that Sammy Sosa?
Is that Stuart Small? Yeah.
And then Massena was the next day.
And Massena was like, if you're from the Buffalo area and you know about the Summit Park Mall, imagine an entire city
That's based around.
that is like that. Just like we went to a mall. The biggest like selling point of the mall was a restaurant that served everything maple.
Yeah, it was like a hometown favorite.
Yeah, it was my favorite.
And they had 2 separate stores.
Yeah, 2 separate stores. It felt like it was like, I know if you're listening to this too, you've probably been to a mall where you think you may get attacked by a pack of wild dogs.
Yeah.
It was like that. We walked in and I was like waiting to get like smashed with a bottle or like see some sort of domestic dispute.
The like percentage was like, I would say 70% closed stores and then 30% of actual open stores.
Yeah. And the stores were there was a music store in there, and when we walked by, the dude working it was just jamming.
Just riffing.
That's what he did. We went into a joke store and no one was working.
It was called Hardy Har.
Yeah.
And we walked in, and like, you know, when you walk in, you're probably like, oh, the dude's probably like in the back or something. Nobody ever came out.
Yeah.
We were in there for a good 5-10 minutes, and just no one ever came.
Yeah.
When we left, no one was ever there.
It was wild.
My prediction was it was like some teenage kid was working that day, just like, fuck this place, man. And then
Fuck Hardy Har.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going by the dumpsters and doing speed. So yeah, that was that, and we stopped at a GNC and got some of that energy drink.
Yeah.
And then, which they had the new flavor, the peach iced tea. It was very nice.
That was my first experience with cherry lime too, and it was hit the spot.
It's fucking great.
Of course, Andy was like, oh, they're buy 5 get 1 free. So he just loaded up on like 6 piss warm energy drinks
and just left them in your Yeti.
Big ass cooler.
Yeah. So and we got an Airbnb. I'll just talk about that stuff first before we get to the one selling point. Like, so Hannah and I go to the thing. We were like planning on like making food that night when we got back. So we went to the grocery store, bought food. We come back. When we come back, there's another car in the driveway and then just people grilling at the house that we Airbnb'd. And I'm like, okay, do I just go get, and I feel like Hannah's a little more aggressive than I am. So I feel like right away she was just kind of like, well, I'll just go ask him. And I was like, well, hang on a second.
Yeah, we don't know these people.
Like, they might be dangerous. So we like go
maybe
in.
We're at the wrong house.
We drop off the food or whatever like that. And then I start hearing like kids in the basement. And I'm like, why are people in the house? Like, now we have to like kind of like create a thing. But we knew Jesse was like wrestling soon. So we like got in the car. And when we're going to the car, like some guy comes up with like a wine snifter. And he was...
That's a good look.
Yeah, and he's holding it like you would drink out of a snifter, a brandy
like
snifter.
in between the fingers.
Yeah, a snifter. It's kind of a cup.
Like you would hold it like this, like and it's curved, and you would go.
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, hey guys," and we're like, "What are you doing here?" And they were like, "Oh, we're renting the apartment in the back," and then. There was an apartment attached to the house that we were staying in that went down into the basement, but there was a door separating the two.
Was that the basement where I slept?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there wasn't like a separate door.
Yeah.
Okay. They're just hanging out.
It was wild, man.
Yeah. So when you guys slept there that night, they were there?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
In the basement.
Ugh.
So, but we were just like, fuck it. Like, if they're there, they're going to have to deal with us being us.
Yeah.
So we cooked. We got back at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, cooked. Real nice dinner. Angel hair pasta.
I had some. It was nice.
Angel hair pasta.
Breaded.
Spaghetti squash. Broccoli. And then lemon.
Yeah, lemon.
Lemon and herb breaded chicken.
It was nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
It hit the spot. Had some Ben and Jerry's in there.
Yeah, we got a bunch of Ben and Jerry's. And then, yeah. So, yeah, and that was it. That was the Airbnb. We stayed in, like, Belleville. So if you're listening to this and you're at Belleville, Ontario.
Belleville had a lot more going on than I thought they would, though.
No, one of the bikers said that you only go there for strip clubs and fights.
Oh, well, remember when we drove back there the next day? It was like 2:33 in the morning, and there was people everywhere.
Yeah, they're just
outside.
walking around.
I mean, like, just...
It's a nice city. You got to take advantage of it.
There's a lot of shit going on at 3 in the morning.
Got to take advantage of a city like that. No sleeping. Yeah, so that was that. So now, like, getting on to the wrestling, I don't want to say that, I'm not putting this on Dreamer at all, because it was a bot show, like one of those, like, bots where, like, another promotion brings the house card, But I watched one of the worst matches I've ever seen. I don't know their names, but there were, like, there was a clown and another man.
An apron.
The other man came out with a mask, a bat with nails in it, and then the clown came out with like a fucking hammer.
Like one of those hammers you would like hit the thing and the ball goes up and hits the bell. Yeah.
Versus like a banker, like a banker dressed like Roman Reigns. And the other dude was so unforgettable. I don't remember what he looked like.
He was unforgettable.
Like he kind of looked like, oh, this is so sad. Like he kind of looked like Dr. Dan, but not as charismatic as Dr. Dan.
Yeah.
But like normal guy, but not Dr. Dan.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like a Dr. Dan wannabe, but like if you went to a dollar store and bought his character.
Gotcha.
Like you bought his like toy, it would be at the dollar store, where Dr. Dan's would be in like KB. So the match was insane. And like Hana had to see me be like inside wrestler guy.
Yeah.
It's like, what is he doing? Why is he doing that? God, and she's just seeing guys do
to her, it's just people moving around.
like moves, and I'm just like, holy shit. What the fuck? I was freaking out the entire time. But the Nappanee card was like, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. That was.
I like Robbie E's like new character. Like the
That's
Robert
great.
Strauss character is awesome.
Yeah. The Bobby Brown mic goes a long way.
Oh, it's huge.
Earpiece mic.
And then
I did also ear slap Tommy Dreamer, which I feel really bad about. Yeah, I mean, he's had worse.
Yeah, of course.
And I hate it because like that's my pet peeve. Whenever they're like a slap comes up, I always say like you can hit me as hard as you want, just as long as you don't get me in the ear, because that like boxing your eardrum thing really freaks me out. So as soon as we got back and it was like the slap caught me in the ear, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. And I mean, he made a lot of jokes about it the next day too, like stiffing the booker is probably the stupidest thing you could do.
Pretty great.
But thank God it's him. It was pretty goddamn funny.
Yeah. So yeah, then the next day, I mean, is it cool? Is it okay to talk about just everything?
I think so.
Okay. So basically, like, we show up to the Massena Arena.
Yeah.
It's called the Massena Arena.
Yeah. Instantly your eyes just go to...
No.
Okay.
I'm going with that. So, like, the weirdness of it was that, like, 2 days before this, Brett from ESW gets a call saying, like, we need a ring. Can you bring a ring to Massena, New York, which is 5 hours from Buffalo?
Yeah.
So they get to like, so now Brett and a crew of guys have to come, like ESW dudes have to come, help set the ring up, all that stuff. So they get there like crazy early.
Yeah, and then
local dude.
I hope I'm not cutting you off, but then I mean, on top of that, like you're saying, like the 48-hour notice on that. Then also that day, it's like, oh, there's also no music.
Well, this is what I was going to say. Is like they got there and they thought like the usual stuff that would be there, refs,
cameras,
announcer,
music,
cameras, music. The guy didn't do anything but promote the show.
Yeah, which he did a great job of, and there was a great.
There was there was 427 people. I know that because Dreamer made me count everyone in there. I legit thought he was fucking with me. He comes up to me and he goes, "Hey Andy," and he's dead serious. And mind you, I'm like looking at one of my like wrestling idols, and he like comes up to me.
He was like right in your face.
And he goes, "Andy, I'm gonna need. Can you do something for me?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, of course, man." And he goes, "I need you to count everybody that's here." And I was like, I looked at Jesse, I looked at him, I go, "Is this a fucking rib?"
Yeah.
Like now it's like, "Hey, take advantage of Andy," blah blah. And he goes, "No." And I was like,
he was like, "There's supposed to be a clicker guy. There wasn't a clicker guy."
So yeah, at some point in time, I had to count everybody in the thing, and he didn't want like a fucking accurate thing. He wanted me to chase everybody down.
Yeah.
But just 3 matches. I waited 3 matches in.
So the house
counted
was full.
The crowd, and there was 320 or 427 people there, which is very good for Massena, New York.
It was a good turnout.
So we get there, and like all out of nowhere, you could see like Brett and Vince Vaylor. It was so the ESW crew was Brett, Vince Vaylor,
Nick Cometti,
Jerk Cockins, Nick Cometti,
Chris Gullo, who's been on
Chris
here.
Gullo, and then there were Rochester dudes, Rob Sweet, Dewey.
Yep.
Were there, and then there was one other dude, but I didn't know that guy.
Yeah.
So we're
and Seabass.
And Seabass. I forgot that Seabass was there. So like, as the day goes on, like more things keep going on. Now I'll get to what you were talking about.
Okay.
As soon as we walk in the door, there's like a 4-foot dude with his hair shaved like.
Well, he's got like.
Hey, listen.
It's like if
Hawk. He had the Hawk cut.
Yeah, if you have a rim job, he grew out his rim job and
Yeah.
then dyed the sides blonde.
Yeah.
And then shaved designs into that.
Yeah.
And then
designs were a shooting star on the side of his head that his girlfriend
glittered.
No. His girlfriend nail polished and then clear coated. That show was on Saturday?
Yeah.
And he still has that on his head, I bet.
Like, to me, it looked like
awful.
I can't think of Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. He has like the plate sticking out the side of his head.
Yeah.
Like that's what it looked like to me. I was like, does that guy have like a plate in his head?
Yeah.
Like from a distance, you just see like silver on his head, and it was like, what the fuck?
So here we go. So it's just as the day goes by, every single time you talk to a new ESW dude, something else is unfolding. Oh, they don't have refs. So now Chris Gullo has to they asked Chris if Chris Gullo has his ref outfit.
Which he actually did bring. Props to him, yeah.
Yeah. Then they had to find another, I think Gullo had 2. So then Rob Sweet had to wear it and then go to TJ Maxx and buy a pair of black slacks.
Nice. I didn't know that.
To be a ref. They needed Bull James needed a partner with this jabroni with the star in his head.
Yeah.
Needed a partner, so they're like, Dewey, do you want to be this guy's partner? So then Dewey's now
you're in, kid.
A partner in this match versus the Spirit Squad.
Yeah.
While we're doing an interview with MJF, Robbie E comes in the room, looks at me and goes, "Andy, I want to wrestle you tonight. Do you have your gear with you?" And I was like, "Dude, I just had shoulder surgery, man. Like I can't use my arm." He goes, "Fuck!" And then he just leaves,
bolted out.
But Jesse chases after him and says, "Hey, man, Anthony is really good. Anthony
Nicometti, Anthony Gaines
is really good." And then Anthony ends up getting the match with Robbie E.
And kicks ass.
Yeah, maybe it's because I was just. This is no fault to you, but I literally thought that was match of the night. Anthony Gaines was toe-to-toe with Robbie E.
Yeah.
Pulled off one of the worst bumps I've ever seen.
100%.
He does. I always get this wrong.
It's basically.
I don't know the lucha move. Thing.
I don't know the name of it
It's
either.
a second rope step up, flip to the outside.
Yeah, basically runs from the inside of the ring, steps off the second rope, flips over the top to the outside.
Yeah, Robbie E just moves.
Yeah, and just ate the floor.
And he splat on concrete.
Yeah.
like in Massena, New York.
Exactly.
So,
and then one of the Matt moves, and he like busts his elbow open.
yeah,
on
he
the
concrete. basically needed stitches in his elbow, but didn't get them. But
yeah.
anyways,
but he killed it.
It was awesome.
I did want to like for me like it's super fucking cool, and it's such a good feeling to be like, you know, they needed somebody, and Robbie's running around frantically, and I say, hey dude, like I helped train this guy right here, the blonde kid. Anthony's great. And then he was going to go tell Dreamer, but I went with him, and then I put him over to Dreamer, and then, you know, it's for me, I get a kick. I get a kick out of it being able to go up to Anthony too and be like, because this is what you're waiting to hear. Like, hey man, did you bring your gear? Yeah. Do you want to work Robbie E? Fuck yeah. Okay, let's go. Grabs his gear, and then he kills it too. You know what I mean? Looks good for me. Looks good for him. Like
an amazing match.
Yeah, it just shows. You know, all this I talk about all the time. All the new stuff we're doing in Buffalo, it just makes this all around look fucking so cool. Great.
Yeah. So that was happening, and now we do finish our podcast interviews. I go out, me and Hannah like sit in this like box with like the ESW dudes, like the whole show or whatever like that. So we're just like chilling there, and the show's like fans are now starting to come in. And they realize that they have to, like, spread the chairs out. So, like, the ESW dudes go spread the chairs out, get in some weird argument with, like, a security dude.
Yeah.
But, like, little dude with the fucking thing on his head, he's, like, the local promoter.
He's, like, in charge of everything.
So, like, they needed to grab this thing. They get in, like, this weird, like, confrontation with a security dude. Yeah. And then what they needed to do got done, but it took way longer because they needed a security dude basically to like help them move people so they could move the chairs, like spread the chairs
get them in
out.
order or something.
So little dude comes up to Brett just to thank, like, oh, thank you for like doing everything. Brett kind of like hands him his fucking lunch in like a nice way.
Yeah.
And then turns, and Vince Valor's there, and Vince just lays into him.
He's just like sweating,
and he's swearing, dude, just like, and all I hear is "fuck" over and over. He's like, "fuck," and the dude's just looking at him like nothing is happening.
Yeah, he's just so like,
and then gets away from Vince, comes up to me, and I swear on my life, like, I will. It'll be the only time in my life that this will ever happen. Is a grown man came up to me and my girlfriend and said, have you seen my tassels? And I looked at him like he was an alien. Looked at Brett and Vince and Hannah, and then I go, I can't believe you just asked me that question. And the guy goes, yeah, I know, but have you seen him?
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And he thought someone stole his tassels.
No, I was just going to say, like, so in the back, he thought, like, somebody was ribbing him and stole his tassels. Like, I don't know, like.
But Seabass goes and finds him and then brings him back.
Of course.
And, like, gives the guy the tassel. It was wild, man. It was just wild. So,
anything. We haven't I'm not to cut you off here for a second. We haven't talked about Seabass much on here, but he's 19, correct?
Yeah, the dyad.
The dyad. He's a 19-year-old trainee here in Buffalo. I mean, he's what? Seabass is 6'2"?
Yeah, he's got to be like 6'2". Has size 16 shoes.
Yeah, big kid.
He's gonna grow into those.
He can move really well. Has a straight mullet, mustache. Like
calls himself what, like Mr. Awesome?
I don't know.
He was Mr. Awesomeness and Excellence. And now he is
the dyad.
The dyad / Slade.
Slade, yeah. So he's a character.
Extreme character.
Yeah, and he was there to help set up the ring. Anytime he obviously took any job he got very seriously, because whenever I saw him, he was just running from like place to place.
Yeah, size 16 shoes, almost tripping the entire time.
Legit. And I think one of my favorite lines of the entire weekend was I'm fast forwarding to the end of the show. But Dreamer was asking one of his students if we were using a ring bell. I would imagine he probably wanted to use the bell in his match or something. And the kid was like, "Yeah, Seabass," because Seabass did the Todd gimmick, sat ringside at a table with like the bell, and he was ringing the bell with like that metal thing that holds the buckle and the post together. And then basically the student brought up Seabass like 3 times, and Dreamer just goes, "Who the fuck is Seabass?" It was so awesome.
It's so good.
then,
Wrestling legend Tommy Dreamer going, who the fuck is Seabass?
when
You
I
should have saw him. Like, Seabass was like, you know, like the first
just
question,
like in the zone.
I see him, and I was sending you guys I sent you guys like that video of him like setting things up, and he was just so serious, but then almost fell.
Yeah, when he's like almost tripped
Like
backwards.
he's seriously like, he's like a really athletic puppy,
There-
and like, which I mean that in like the utmost respect. He's a 19-year-old kid, so
Yeah,
like
goddamn.
whatever, and like, I remember I get in this. This will make sense to you guys, but like if you guys at home don't know Seabass, which I hope you guys do eventually know Seabass, I go, Seabass, how's your day been? He's like, I've had better. I'm like, what have you been doing today? You sat in a car, got there, set the ring up.
You're at probably one of the biggest shows you've ever been at.
Yeah. I've been better. And he like gave me like the look, and then you had that like little like look away, look at you.
Yeah.
It was like, oh man. And then all day, everything you could see, every time he was talking to a person, it was just dead serious.
Yeah, like
watching
blinking.
every match, dead serious. Like
When he was at ringside, like I came out first as the heel, and then when Willie Mack came out as the face, like I got out of the ring and gave Willie the ring, and I went over to Seabass's table and I took he had like a bottle of water, and I took it and like poured it on my head. And I was just trying to like loosen him up
Lighten
a little
the
bit.
mood.
Yeah, and I was like, Seabass, The Rock used to do this all the time. Like he didn't even like look at me. Like he definitely did not smile or laugh. He was just so focused on the ring. Like I have to ring the bell soon. Like he was
so like I like terrified that he had like a spot on the bill. It was awesome.
It was pretty cool.
So yeah, and like so then like the matches are going on, and like I'm like sitting with it was like me and like Jack, like Jerk Cockins, and Vince and Brett, and like we're like watching the matches, and it's just funny to watch like that stuff. And like there was a point where like there were like two local guys like wrestling, and Vince was like being Vince, like even then just like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Just like you could see the
flames.
Yeah, just like going, and like there was a match between two dudes. They did every move in wrestling.
Oh yeah.
Every two guys that were like, I just said dad versus stepdad because that's what they looked like, and like just my age. One guy was like a barbarian guy. The other guy, I don't know what he was. He just wore like a shirt. But yeah, like, and it was like dad versus stepdad, and they did every move. Like in one match, every single move happened. It was insane.
It was literally just like moves, finish. Like,
Yeah, it was so crazy. And like the whole time, like those dudes are like, "This is the worst." I'm like, "This is the best match ever." Like, are you kidding me? I just saw a guy get moonsaulted on, take a TKO into a package pile driver. I'm not even kidding you. This is all leading the thing. He no sold a package pile driver, stood up from a package pile driver, and then hit the dude with like this gnarly fucking pile driver thing, and the match is just over.
Yeah.
The entire match was Barbarian dude taking heat, but it's not
moves.
heat. It's just finisher after finisher. It was like watching Teddy Hart
Yeah.
wrestle.
Exactly.
But this guy's name would be Teddy Sharp. Like, so it was awesome. And then into
I get to the main. I mean,
match of the
not
night.
the main event, but the main. It was the Spirit Squad 6-man before
Spirit Squad versus Bull James, Dewey
and
of Rochester fame,
and random promoter brother
And-
with sparkles on his head.
yeah. Should I just say his name at this point?
Yeah. They don't
No?
have to. They don't
Okay.
have to.
All right.
I mean, they'll figure it out.
I know his name, but
So do I.
yeah, I want to say it so bad, but I'm not going to. But anyways, yeah, just this guy, and we see like this lady and like her daughter like kind of inch their way towards. No one was standing up towards the entrance the entire time, so like they would let the wrestlers go through, and then this lady and her like kid like come up, and then I'm starting to gather the fact that like, oh, I bet you this is like brother's wife or chick. I thought
Something.
wife.
Yeah. And daughter,
now-
maybe.
So Tassel Man comes out, goes straight up to them, kisses her,
Yep.
Gets in the ring, and I'm like, oh wow, this is Hogan. This is like this is like local Hogan.
This is a big
the place goes ape shit. That tassel man is out there.
Thunderous ovation.
Huge, biggest ovation of the night. They're standing up. Takes his like shirt off, which is like a Massena, New York, like like XL college. Like there's a Massena, New York, like college team.
Yeah.
He like takes it off, throws it in the crowd, which
Local.
I found out was strategically because it was his family and they gave his shirt back. I thought he was just Hoganing out.
Yeah, that's
throwing
the
it in
Carney
the crowd.
move. Yeah.
So yeah, he throws it out into the crowd. He's in there, he's posing off, and they say that he is 5'10", 216 pounds.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you're a local wrestling fan, you're listening to this, and you know who Rob Sweet is.
Uh-huh.
Rob Sweet looked enormous next to this guy.
Yeah, the referee.
And Rob Sweet is like he's like a shorter guy.
Shorter, stockier guy.
And like 5'10", 216,
Yeah.
they said.
Yeah.
Wild.
Very, very wild.
So there's that. And he's in there. I don't know if he did much. I remember him doing like an avalanche, using the word avalanche with this guy. It was like watching like peanuts roll out of a bag. If that's what it is. So he does like an avalanche to the corner of one of the Spirit Squad guys. And then every time he's in the ring, he just keeps like signaling towards like the woman in the crowd and stuff. And like, to be honest with you,
she's just on her phone.
She doesn't give a shit, man.
Yeah, she's just on her phone.
She is just looking at her phone. At one point in time, he was like signaling towards her, and her daughter like face palmed her head towards the ring.
Like, look.
And then she finally like pays attention, still doesn't care. So the match is over. I see Bull and Dewey go down to one knee and go into the corner, and then you're like, "Oh, fuck, here we go."
There's something
He's
going on
gonna
here.
give like the crowd like the local Hogan speech.
Yeah, thank you everybody for
blah,
coming.
blah, blah. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be awesome. Not at any point do I think to just take my phone out and start recording because I wish this gold would have been there. So then he starts saying, "Oh man, it's really cool that you guys are here. Yada yada yada. I really want to thank my girlfriend for like being here. She's like really doing a great job with my merch."
My rock.
The guy had like bedazzled merch.
He had like a whole table
of bedazzlement
just stuff.
So yeah, blah blah, and like I really want her to come to the ring right now, and I'm like, oh boy, we're gonna get this. Yes.
Yeah.
So gets to the ring, could care. She got her phone in her hand, could care less. Gets in the ring, she's like looking at her phone like while she's in the ring, and then this guy didn't give this woman a nice, like it wasn't like a classy, "Will you marry me?" It was just like, yeah, I want you to be my wife. And then like has a ring in his hand, and she like barely moves.
I heard she like just kind of like put her arm out.
I mean,
like,
not even put her arm out. I mean, it was literally just like maybe like a person that's coming to out of a coma, like their first finger move, and like, oh my god, he's moving, like from the movies, like just a finger moving. She just put her hand gently forward just a little bit. And he put the ring on there.
Nice.
Kissed her. She didn't care. He kissed her. She turned around and just got out of the ring.
Yeah.
Instantly back on her phone, staring at her phone. He's posing on the second.
This is what I saw, yeah.
Signaling towards her.
Yeah.
And she is just on her phone, just like not caring.
Like sporadically texting or something.
Yes. Well, we found out the next day.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I couldn't believe it. And like Nappanee has a picture of me with my jaw just wide open, like looking at the thing. There was
Andy standing up.
There was a point in time when it was completely quiet, and I just like my initial reaction was like this super loud, like this is fucking awesome. And the entire crowd just turns around and stares at me, just like with my mouth open.
It's totally that kind of thing, especially for Hana, like, you know what I mean? Like,
dude,
to experience a 3-day loop of indie wrestling and like, oh, and someone got engaged
dude,
in the ring at the same time.
It was so awkward. My arms were sweating. Like, and it wasn't bad in there. It was like kind of nice in there that day. It wasn't bad as the night before.
The night before was real hot. This wasn't that bad.
Holy shit, man. I couldn't fucking believe it.
One of my favorite things was like at like the end of the night, like you like going into the locker room and like Dreamer fresh out of the shower with a towel on, you were just like, hey man, thank you. That was one of the best things I've ever seen in wrestling.
And he was just laughing.
He loved it.
Or whatever.
Because I was there when, like, the first I'd heard about it was, like, the show had already started, and they were goofing around on, like, local promoter brother. And then he was like, and they were like, yeah, he's getting engaged in the ring. And I've seen it so many, like, it's so weird to say. I've seen that so many times.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, of course he is. And he was like, yeah, I am. Yeah. And then, like, they were like, Dreamer, do you know about this? And Dreamer was like, oh, yeah. I sure do. Like,
yeah. So it was awesome. And, like, it's funny because, like, Bull still, I'm getting, like, text messages from Bull that's just like, do you remember Saturday? Yeah. Like, just saying, remember Saturday when I was in the ring?
I totally forgot, like, he was in the ring, like,
Yes.
on one knee. And, like, and then in the main event, Billy Gunn took some wild bump over a fucking
yeah, and he was
hockey
mad at
wall.
Nicometti taking that bump in the match.
Yeah. He took some wild fucking...
Yeah, he looks great.
And yeah, it just like I feel like anytime like if we would have ended up podcasting with him, the first thing I was gonna say, like, he has to have heard this before because that's the number one thing anybody says when they see Billy Gunn for the first time is they go, "Oh my God, I didn't realize he was that big."
He's huge,
like a gigantic man.
You have to realize that, like, when that guy was coming up, he came up when they were all giants.
Yeah. He was in, like, Land of the Giants.
I legit thought he was my size.
Yeah.
Like, going back and thinking, and now realizing that, like, if I met Shawn Michaels is probably taller than I am.
Shawn Michaels, he's not small by any means.
He's probably taller than I am. Or if not,
about the
same height.
He's about the same height.
Because when I met 123 Kid, he was my height.
He was the big one too. When I saw him, I was like, oh, he's not like small, like by any means. Like,
it was wild, man.
I've heard Nash talk about that too. He's like, yeah, Michaels is like the size of, like, you know, like in the NFL, like a fucking, I don't know, like a running back or something.
Yeah.
Like, he's not small.
It's so crazy.
I'd say, yeah, X-Pac is a lot taller than you think too.
Yeah.
It's very like that, and that because Road Dogg is the same thing. Like, Road Dogg is very tall,
and he's taller than Billy Gunn.
I think he might be, if not like the same. But the thing is, Billy's like in his 50s and still just as jacked as he
looks
always
great,
been.
man.
I mean, yeah, didn't take his tank top off.
What the fuck is that?
Didn't even think about it. Yeah.
The fuck are you wrestling with a shirt on for?
Anytime I've seen him, like, I've seen him a lot of times, he'll wear just like a black tank top, I mean, he's got abs, the whole thing.
I have none of that, so
yeah, and I
would love to have that.
Brother kills it, man.
Yeah.
We, like, in the car, I'm really surprised I want to talk about this, but, like, Laura's super into true crime. You're a big true crime person. I kind of brought this up to you. I think I was telling you about it in the car the other day, Puff. The one we listened to was, like, I mean, literally spooked me worse than, like, any horror movie I've seen. Like, fucking, shit, what's it called again with the half horse thing?
So it was, we were listening to Sword and Scale. And Sword and Scale has an episode just called Centaur.
Yeah.
And it's about this kid who eats, just like these people just they're just chilling in a garage.
It's the Florida bath salt store.
Yeah. But like he wasn't.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
And like this kid like lost his mind, started believing that he was half man, half horse.
Like the short version is like he was at dinner with his parents.
Yeah.
Walked out of the restaurant without saying anything to anybody.
Went to his mom's house. His mom and dad were split up.
Yeah.
Walked 3 miles to his mom's house.
Well, then she drove him back to the restaurant, right?
After he tried to just drink vegetable oil. Yeah. And then decided on a bowl of vegetable oil and Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, she was like, no, don't eat that.
Here, let me drive you back to your dad.
Yeah.
Not take you to the hospital. Yeah. I blame the mom for those people's faces getting eaten.
And then just left. I think I was telling you about this, Puff. Like, he just left the restaurant without saying anything, walked, like, up the street.
Got naked. It was 4 miles away.
4 miles away, got naked. There was, like, a couple, like, watching TV in their garage. Just went in there and, like, just used whatever weapon he could find.
Well, he started drinking chemicals first.
Yeah, started drinking chemicals.
Started drinking gasoline.
The neighbor heard all this.
He was naked.
Naked as shit. Neighbor heard it. Ran across the street, tried to save him. Neighbor got stabbed 5 times, so ran back across the street, called 911.
Was super cool on the phone.
For being stabbed
in the head and the neck.
He said he'd been stabbed once in the back and he was bleeding pretty bad.
And you could hear his wife, who
had been stabbed in the head,
didn't get on the phone.
Yeah, she was freaking out.
Yeah, she's in the back and she's like, he's been stabbed in the neck, the head, the back.
The scariest part of this whole thing is then the cops get there. He's naked on top of somebody, eating their face. Like biting their face, eating it. They taser him, doesn't do anything.
Yep.
Brother was like in shape, like he had a YouTube fitness channel and stuff. So he's like not a small guy. Taser him, does nothing. The female cop can't get him off. They have a fucking dog on him, like dog gnawing him. And it took like 4 of them to get him off. And then we'll get into more detail, but like the scariest part of this whole thing is like they're like, oh, he was on. Do you remember the name of the type of bath salts?
Flocka.
What?
Well, because Flocka, it makes you take your clothes off. It makes you like, he was making, like, while he was eating the face, like, he was making animal noises and shit. And, like, so, like, oh, he's on Flocka. They run his blood.
Holy shit.
He has no. I thought you were
We have a
holding that.
Flocka story.
Okay, well, turns out this dude was not on Flocka. There was no drugs in his system whatsoever.
His sister, he said
just
that
had like a mental breakdown.
The week before, he was just staying awake and walking around the house. So his sister started locking the door.
And he was saying he was protecting the house from an evil spirit.
Yeah, and he kept telling his like sister that he was half man, half horse. And then they went through his like logs of like
they went through like his Google searches. He was writing poems.
He would write poems. That was like one of his things. Like forever, he would write poems. So they read like everything in his notes the days before, and it was like Satan. Like just one was like Satan. That was one of the searches.
One of his poems just said normal.
Yeah, dude. One of his searches was awesome. It says, "What would a centaur use?" That's all it was.
And then the one said what is hell like?
Yeah.
What just started searching satanic stuff. Like then one of his poems just said I am Centaur.
Yeah.
It's like fuck, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Real fucking. And then the thing is good. One sec before you get to that, Kev. He goes so when he was in the hospital, like this just happened last year.
Yeah.
You
and
might have been talking to Nappanee because you didn't tell me about the Flocka thing.
Okay.
But Nappanee kept bringing up Flocka in our Flocka story.
So he fucking.
So
this just happened. This dude still hasn't gone to court yet, and he's like in jail. Like this just happened.
Oh, this dude is still around.
And yeah, and they play on the fucking true crime thing. They play Dr. Phil interviews him while he was in the hospital, and they play the whole.
Yo, they did it before he was even. Like he wasn't supposed to see visitors. He wasn't supposed to see anyone. Like somehow Dr. Phil got this interview with him, like with a camera on him, before he was supposed to even have it. And like Dr. Phil's talking to him, and he sounds like a child, and almost like his brain.
He's 25, yeah.
But his brain was like reduced to like a 10-year-old kid because he's just talking about. He's like, I don't remember any of that. Yeah. He's like sounds like a little kid.
At the end of it, he's crying and saying he's sorry and like. He's like, I guess I'm crazy, and like, it's weird, man.
And now they're just waiting to see if he can
plead insanity.
Which
I mean, common sense.
He's Centaur.
Yeah, like I don't get it.
Then does he get free if he pleads insanity? Like
no, you don't get like that. You just don't go to prison. You
just go to like a place. Now, like, so that's my. I don't get too into true crime stuff, but that shit blew my fucking mind. Plus, that was only like a lot of those are like. 7 chapters, like that was just like an hour and a half, I think, wasn't it?
No, certain scales usually just one.
Yeah,
one episode.
It's a listen. Now, okay, so I kind of saw this video. Did you see this?
Seconds. This is in Toronto.
Yeah. So
Toronto after the Smash show on Sunday after the.
This is just like a dude in the streets.
There's a dude on the street. And we were gonna offer him a big plate of pasta that we had.
He's shirtless. Looks like he's working out.
No,
it's like dancing. 2 a.m, right?
Look at this man. Oh. And that's his like cholo friend that scared the shit out of me. I was telling you about.
Oh yeah, because you said he was real calm and collect.
Get that video again.
Like he obviously like sold this guy whatever he was flying high on.
Is like if you look at that dude that's the dude who scared me more than Flocka, brother. Play the video again.
At the car, dude.
Did he? Yeah. Because
Flocka did?
Yeah.
Weren't you gonna roll up on him and like talk to him?
Yeah, we had this big plate of pasta.
That's the perfect like young and dumb idea. Like you're lucky that dude he would have just ate your fucking face.
Wait for this. Look at this dude. He comes out from like a corridor.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
See, he like pops.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
That dude's like
he's like calm and collect.
Face tattoo. He scares the shit out of me, and I'm like, nope.
One of those guys would have fucked your world up.
Yeah. Remember when we went to ROH and we saw Thanos?
Yeah. And Thanos got arrested?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I heard this story.
We're walking the streets of Toronto.
Oh, yeah, because you were back at the arena.
You were at
when we went down to the...
to the mall or whatever?
We went to eat and stuff. There was a dude dressed as Thanos. Infinity War had just come out.
Oh.
And this dude was like...
He looked exactly like him. He looked really good.
Yeah.
He had like a big costume on.
Yeah.
And then we just passed him by. I kept saying we should have got a picture with Thanos. But it's a good thing we didn't, because the next day, trending on Twitter,
Oh, boy.
was Toronto Thanos was arrested for something. I forget what it was.
What he got arrested for?
Probably world domination.
Probably snapping his fingers.
Hey, we're going to call these guys in pajamas to go mess with this guy? Nah, Toronto police. Just get him right down there.
Yeah.
They'll take care of him.
Yeah. Toronto police got it. And it was
Spoiler alert,
It was
guys.
like a legit costume.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, man.
He didn't snap his fingers.
Yeah.
He must have...
They must have got that
Did
glove.
something else with his
They
finger.
probably did that. Got that glove off like they were trying to in
Yeah.
the movie.
They should just call the great Toronto police.
Yeah, instead of every superhero known to man.
Yeah. But yeah, that weekend was something else. Then we finished with Smash.
We had Smash on
And
Sunday.
Smash did 2 shows.
the Northern Tournament.
Well, it was the Northern Tournament,
Yeah.
but they split it up into 2 shows.
We got there for the second.
And I never have been a Matt Riddle fan.
Yeah.
I mean, him as a person is great.
Yeah.
Just his wrestling just
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't really
Just
do
not your
much.
cup of tea.
But him versus Mia Yim.
Yeah.
If you guys get a chance to find that match,
I didn't watch it, but I heard it, and it was
it
fucking...
is so fucking good.
Yeah.
And Mia Yim is... That woman should be booked everywhere.
Yeah.
She should be booked against dudes.
Yeah.
She should be booked against women.
Yep.
I would watch her wrestle a bear. Like, she is so fucking good.
That was...
And it's not... I'm not taking away from Riddle, but I was gonna put Riddle over now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sold now.
Yeah.
I got it. Like, Riddle makes sense to me now.
I was sold on him when we went to Orlando 2 years ago for
Yeah.
WrestleMania week, and like when he worked the Progress show, like I told Jimmy Havoc this too. I was like, oh, like I knew he was over, but I didn't know he was like that over. Like when he came out, like the bro chants and all that shit, and he worked Trent Seven. It was fucking awesome. I was like, okay, I didn't know he was on like that level of overness.
Yeah.
He's legit. And I know, yeah. And then like I said, a lot of matches, like, you know, a lot of promoters do this. They don't have time to watch the show, but you just hear it. And
Yep.
like, I mean, they were like, I knew they were rocking because that place was going hard.
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously where he is because of how good he is.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He knows what he's doing.
I'm pretty sure the day before, Mia Yim also wrestled Keith Lee in like his last match at Beyond.
Oh, really?
She went from like straight Keith Lee to...
Yeah, I saw highlights of it. Okay. That was the night before? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Wait, Keith Lee's doing what?
Mia Yim wrestled Keith Lee like the night before.
In his last show, he's retiring.
Yeah.
He's retiring.
He's tired.
He's done. He's doing so
sucks.
well.
Do you not know?
He's over.
Fuck you. I quit this.
Yeah. I was just wondering, you know, I didn't hear about him retiring, so he's retiring.
He got signed to WWE. I'm done.
It's wrestling, man. I'm
Big
trying to
heat,
stay away
Puff.
from.
Big heat.
I'm trying to keep it kayfabe.
Just stay away from the inside stuff, man.
Yeah, this isn't an inside scoop wrestling thing.
I don't know. What did I
Wrestling
even
from-
say? I just said it was like his last
In his
Beyond
last match. His last match, you know.
He's done
I
forever.
was wondering if he's retiring. You know, I didn't,
Yeah, he is retired.
okay.
Maybe he found a new career or something.
Yeah.
He's getting into real estate.
Chris Dijak
Yeah.
posted like, man, it would be really cool if I could wrestle Keith Lee again. So he must have retired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris Dijak, you know Chris Dijak of NXT fame. Used to be tag team partners with Keith Lee. I wonder what's happening.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake still has that snake. The Undertaker is dead.
He's Puff's embarrassed.
Yeah. And WCW's Roadblock is working construction somewhere.
Yeah, he's legit construction. Duke the dumpster Drosy
Is a garbage.
is the garbage man. Kane is a dentist.
Yeah.
When I felt like a dick, Sunday being my birthday, Smash did a super nice thing, and fucking everybody sang happy birthday to me in the back. And that was like, I just got done wrestling. And
Can we talk about something else?
Except for Andy.
every single person.
Not a true friend.
Big
that,
kayfabe.
Yeah, that all of my friends are there.
Everybody's saying happy birthday except Andy.
Yeah, how about this? The fact that all of my friends knew about this, except for me, and no one gave me the, hey, maybe you should come downstairs and like sing happy birthday to one of your best friends.
One of your good friends.
At one point, you like left. I saw you guys like walking away, and then
There
I
was
never saw you again.
There was 2 shows.
No, it was like
Long day.
during the second show.
Yeah, there was 2 shows. So after the first show, Anna and I went to go get food. We came back, and we missed
We
the
never saw
first
you
2
again.
shows. Yeah, because you weren't hanging out with us.
Looking for you
Where were you sitting?
on the stairs or something.
Oh, you were hanging out on the stairs. So you were literally, if there was a fucking fire in that place, you're obstructing the fucking stairs.
Not true. There's
So
two sets-
you probably
there's
would
two
have
sets of
killed my
stairs.
fucking girlfriend because she wouldn't have been able to go down the stairs because you guys were sitting on the stairs.
There's 2 sets of stairs. These ones were like closed
Well,
off on the
stairs
side
aren't
anyways,
made for sitting. They're made for walking down and up. And why were you on the stairs? That's pretty fucked up, man.
Bennett was on the stairs with me. Fuck
It's
you.
fucked up, man.
Fucked up, bro.
Both of you guys.
Yeah, whatever.
As you guys, who rounded everybody together?
Not everybody.
Oh, Caitlin just came up and yelled at us.
Yelling.
She just came up and like scolded us, like, "Get in the fucking back."
Yeah, she was real intense. She's real
serious
real
about it.
intense. But I just got done wrestling and my fucking neck was in a bad way, which was freaking me out. And so I got a bag of ice. I didn't want to look like a pussy in front of everybody, so I went up the stairs to like ice my neck. And they say ice is supposed to be 10 minutes, so I'm trying to ice my neck for 10 minutes. And like people are like, James Key first was like, "Hey man, Seb wants to talk to you like in the office," and I'm just total fucking blowing him off. Like, "Yeah man, just icing my neck. Give me like 5 minutes, and I'll come down there." Blah blah blah. Then fucking Psycho Mike comes upstairs. He's trying to talk me into coming down. I'm like, "Yeah man, just finishing up here on my neck." Seb comes upstairs trying to get me to come down. I'm like, "Cool." And then so finally I get done, and then like from icing my neck, it had like melted, and I was like wet. So they think I'm coming down. I'm like, "All right, just give me a sec." I'm like toweling off, like putting deodorant on, like putting a shirt on. It was like a 15-minute ordeal. Then I go downstairs thinking I'm going to talk to Sam. Like, everybody's there for happy birthday. Like, how long were you guys waiting for?
Too long.
I was like, I feel
15
like
minutes, man. It must take you guys that long to think. Maybe we should text
maybe somebody should text Andy and let him know that his
it's cool.
podcast co-host is going to be sung happy birthday
Nope.
to. But it was a super nice gesture, and I'm sorry to everybody I made wait. And Andy getting completely
Yeah.
ignored.
That's cool. And then they sent the video to the chat that we're all in. Showing the
I did
video.
notice then you text like, "What the fuck, guys?"
Sucks. And like when I go away, I went away to fucking the UK. I've been fucking texting these dudes for 1 month. And like before, I kind of like tipped everybody off like, "Hey guys, I'm going to need some help with this, man. Mentally, I need to get out. I need to fucking do stuff, blah, blah, blah. Like, just check on me, yada, 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 about my like shoulder." No one but Puff texts me
That's true.
about about going to
about the
on my
gorge?
hikes, and then we go. I'm in the UK now, gone for 5 days, 6 days, and everyone, it's just the chat is going off like crazy. Like, "Yo, who's gorging? When do you want to get a gorge?" And it's like dudes that have never gorged before with us.
Yeah. But they all ended up bailing.
Yeah,
Like
Well,
Kevin
young
Bennett is
young
the
producer.
biggest bailer of all fucking time. Bails on everything.
yeah, and then Hannah comes up to me like, Damien from the band Fucked Up has a podcast, and he wants me and Jesse to come on the podcast and as like an interview. And like while I was like talking to Damien, Hannah like went and talked to Kevin, and Kevin's like, "Yo, tell Andy I want to go to the gorge." Like Hannah tells me like, "Yo, Kevin really wants to go to the gorge with
Just
you."
waiting on you for this gorge.
Yeah.
We do got to wrap up because I got to go to Grapplers here in a second.
Oh yeah.
But
Forgot all about that.
okay, do you think? Random question here. Do you think we're at a point where we could do? Let's say we found somewhere in Buffalo that seats like 50 people. You think we could do like a live show?
I don't know in Buffalo.
Yeah. Well, I think that'd be our best bet. If we
I
were
think
gonna do it
Toronto
anywhere.
would probably be, or
think so?
Bolton.
Bolton,
Or
Ontario.
I mean, Buffalo was one, Bolton was two.
It all depends on the guest too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like if we just did like a live Kickin' Ass show.
Yeah,
You
with
think
you
we
just
could
have to
fill
have
50
like
people?
cool guests. You'd have
Yeah.
to have like some cool guests.
Yeah.
and do something like different. Like,
I just think that would be so fucking fun.
You guys could easily do like your whole band. Like if you guys
Yeah,
got
yeah.
your whole band together. And
I mean,
do
just like
podcasts,
we
that
could do
would-
members of it, like too. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Whoever's in town.
Yeah, I think we could.
I mean, because even guess even if we had Puff and fucking Bennett.
I mean, the cool thing to do is to do a movie review one live where we show the movie.
Fuck.
And then after do like a talk where you have like an actual like ask a question, everybody like talk about it.
How many when we saw Crypt Keeper? How many people did that fit?
I'm not saying that. I mean, I don't think
how many
we would
people
get that
was there,
many.
though?
There was
like,
probably about 400.
Really?
I would say 300.
Really?
Yeah.
In that theater?
Yeah.
Fuck. Because I know like the Richard Dreyfuss thing, like that was
Yeah,
big.
it's different.
That was fuck. I thought I'm terrible at numbers like that.
Like we would have to like
that fit that many.
One, we would have to get like we'd have to find a place to do it. We could probably do it at like Sugar City, like that Sugar City place. And yeah, like show the movie on the wall.
Yeah.
And then after, like, I mean, like how we were doing on when we did the Every Time I Die, like when we showed Shit Happens.
Yeah.
Like we would pause at like certain points
and then start
like start talking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we could also just watch the entire movie and then after
I think that'd be perfect.
Podcast.
Yeah,
like there,
and
where
just
we would
talk
like
about it.
actually talk about the notes that we have, and
and then we could even people from the crowd could talk
like what notes do you guys have? Does anyone have notes about this part? You know, pick one dude and then have him tell his
his notes. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, we don't even need a guest. We just be us. And then
just
maybe one person
and just show a movie. I think. I just think that'd be super fun.
I think it'd be really fun.
And I was trying to think of like a venue. I'd be like, I mean Toronto. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I feel like we'd do better in Buffalo than Toronto.
Yeah, we would definitely
either way.
At the right place.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we just need somewhere small
do that.
to start.
Yeah.
Would Sugar City just find like a projector and a screen or something like that?
Yeah,
maybe?
I think they have it.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay, so you probably even rent that stuff too.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking awesome.
I think I might go there after this though, because my buddy John James Ryan is in town and I think his band's playing there.
Oh, sweet.
So I might go there after and I'll ask.
Hey man. Shit happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Check it out.
So yeah, want to talk just real quick. We're wrestling for Blackcraft on August 24th.
Yep, Friday, August 24th.
It's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna kick the shit out of OVE.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we just keep hearing things like that show has got a lot of backing, and it's gonna be a fucking kick-ass show with like a lot of production.
We just found out that like one of the characters, like Blackcraft has a bunch of characters, like they're gonna actually like run storylines.
Yeah.
And one of the characters is the preacher, and it's played by Doug Bradley, who was Pinhead.
Fucking
in
insane.
Hellraiser.
And I was literally going to send you a screenshot of they announced Preacher, and I was like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
And then as soon as you started talking about Pinhead, I was like, "Oh, is that Preacher?" Like,
Yeah.
oh fuck,
Yeah.
that's fucking awesome.
So cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw this. They just announced someone for they're going to do another event in Anaheim soon.
Yeah.
I don't know when it is.
Yeah.
But they just announced PCO with Destro.
Oh, really?
So Blackcraft's going to be the first event where Destro comes with
Fuck yeah.
PCO.
That was my tweet.
And we're gonna be there.
Who's going to be the first person to book Destro because he's such a main player in those fucking vignettes.
I love him.
And I love the fact that he's like ripped too.
Yeah,
now he's been
but a
taking
very
his shirt
little
off.
man.
Yeah, he's little, but I
Yeah.
mean he's shaved and tanned
very
up.
cool.
And it
I
wasn't.
would not say tanned up. He looks kind of corpse-like. He's very pale.
It wasn't this past one we just watched with the Do Not Enter, and it was a little weird.
Yeah.
It was the one before that, and then like they filmed the video, and then it cuts, and it's just PCO, and Destro's behind him.
Yo,
and keeps
straight up
jumping in between them.
I just came up with a great idea.
Yeah.
The next Kickin' Ass podcast is going to be a movie review podcast.
Yeah.
But the things we're going to watch are every single PCO
And you're gonna say that, yeah.
promo,
Yeah.
and we're going to take notes about every single one of them, and we're going to talk about it.
Right.
That's the next Kickin' Ass podcast that we do.
Yeah.
We're going to watch all of the PCO
yeah.
promos, and we're going to review them.
I'm in because I watch them like 10 times when they come out.
I can't wait. I can't. That's the next Kickin' Ass podcast is going to be us with one other person, and we're going to review every
PCO.
single PCO promo.
I'm in. And I think I texted you. I had like after the one, I was so blown away, and I had to text. I text Joey Janela.
Yeah.
And just said, "Yo, dude, are you writing this stuff for him, or like, what's his buddy's name? That
Giancarlo.
Yeah, I was like, "Are you guys?" He goes, "No, man. They write all this stuff themselves."
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
So fucking cool.
Yes.
So there it is.
Yeah, we'll do that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Well,
hey guys, thanks for hanging out, Puff.
I'm gonna give it to him.
Sorry, I feel like we didn't throw it to you enough, Puff.
Oh no, it's all good.
All right.
He's just
Been
here hanging.
before. I'm just hanging.
And Andy gave you a lot of shit this episode.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Fucking punch him
pissed
right in the
off.
fucking shoulder.
I mean, I gave him two things. I gave him the thing that he's the only one that's been on most of the hikes with me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you guys all are not really his friends. You guys
Yeah.
are all fucking pieces of shit,
Yeah.
basically.
But also, all he had to do is send a text, and I could have went and celebrated, and I didn't get that text.
I
Same
was
thing
too
with
busy getting yelled
Kevin Bennett.
I blame Bennett and
fucked up,
Blackwood. I blame the Kevins.
It's fucked up, guys.
It's real fucked up, man.
Getting yelled at. I thought Andy was already back.
I was also getting yelled at.
By who?
That Caitlyn chick. She just came
Snake
screaming
chick?
like we didn't know what was going
That
on.
much in my life.
She came up.
It was
It's
like
the chick
we
with the
were
red hair,
doing
right?
something wrong.
Yeah,
We're
she, like,
watching the show. And
came
she's
up
like,
to
"Get
us
the fuck
angry.
back there."
Like it's middle of a match, and she just comes up to us like angry, like, "Why are you not in the back already? Get in the fucking back! Like get out now!" Like she's
Are you
screaming.
fucking serious? We're like, holy shit, what is going on?
Oh, you know,
We're like,
like,
what?
And she yelled at me too after. Then, like, she yelled at me because she like didn't want to hold the cake anymore. She's like, "Here, I'm not holding this anymore." I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry."
I'm sorry, I'm not holding your fucking cake
Jeez,
anymore.
I'll take it. I'm really excited to eat it, so I'll take it. Like, fuck.
I called her out after. I'm like, why were you pressing us like that?
What'd she say?
It was just stressful.
And then we just stood there for 10 more minutes.
Yeah, then I made everybody wait. Puff, give him the
She's
closer.
good.
Give him the
Give him the
closer,
closer.
man.
Okay. What is it again? No. Heat to the ring, brother.